I would like to begin a series on the mathematics of pure experience. This would allow one to establish clarity on pure structures or essences of experience and thus travel freely through all morphologies of experience in time and space. I will try to explain the method, and I want to develop equations of motion that would allow one to engage this sort of dimensional travel. The first one that I would like to clarify, I might as well call it the mountain struck by lightning. It relates to finding within our flesh certain morphologies of experience. In my case, I would say there was a period in my life in which I had great suffering because I felt in a situation where I could not change anything. I felt completely powerless and paralyzed. With motion, I tried to travel deeply into how it felt. And it's just about the essence of feeling trapped, imprisoned, paralyzed. I would say this practice allows for discerning essential patterns of experience. So if one allows themselves to travel into the exact feeling of how it was, maybe it's helpful to allow the body to theatrically produce these feelings. So with a lot of practice and traveling through various instances, for example, in my case, I had one moment in which I felt exiled from my family and found myself stranded in a life of passivity. And then maybe I can look at my daughter when she feels that she has no control over her schedule and she feels maybe imprisoned in her bed with the phone. So the first step is to travel through similar such experiences so as to feel their morphology. And then it's a way to travel through time and space to understand maybe how others would feel the same or anything else around us where this quality is present. Because it's a matter of mathematics and it is a purpose in this practice, as deep as we can get in feeling that experience, we have the grounds for a certain kind of transformation. So the body mimics this shift of attitude. And I can explain it in my own experience by saying, if I feel, let's say, incapable to find my daughters, I feel exiled, imprisoned, but then I decide within myself that however I design my posture is the exact place where I meet my daughters. And then there is this lightning of union in which I know that right now I am with her. I decide that right now I am with her. There is no possible way that the world will contradict what I decide in myself as experience. So this is actually the capacity to transcend time, and it's also a stance of refusing this construction of time. So I decide to form a realm of experience in which there is not this distance of time. And thus, in my spine, I can decide the perfect union that I long for. Like whenever I feel imprisoned in a certain form of being, I can decide to step out of time in a stance. So I allow myself to feel whatever I desire to feel, even if the situation is not there, the experience seemingly, objectively is not there. So the purpose of this practice is to establish this kind of equation within the body, so that the body holds its essence, and then doing it repeatedly in various forms will allow one to travel through a vast diversity of similar experiences and provide them with the same response. So it's like traveling through time and space into all instances of such like paralysis, and providing them with the tool of this liberation from the structures of time. So I call this exercise the lightning struck mountain, because the mountain has this quality of being petrified, like life being a mass of petrified phenomena. And then the lightning coming to suddenly explode this state of things. So I believe this kind of sequence, like mathematical equation, can be integrated within so as to discern this exact quality in every aspect, all around, like all objects, can immediately be shaped. So if my perception is paralyzed about a certain object, it's the exact same equation that can be used to take a stance and move the perception wherever, because one finds the capacity to root into the complementary situation wherever in time and space.